Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's first video, doing GMA Friday for today's first video. So, as always on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese and CFS meteor models. I shall get on that for you very shortly. Just say that coming up later on today, I'm going to leave a 10 to 14 day video update, including all of regular features, and that's going to be coming up later on this afternoon. And we'll also be live streaming at 10 o'clock tonight. We're going to have a live stream, and we'll see how we're all doing. Will it be sensible Gav, or will it be giddy Gav? You'll find out after 10 o'clock tonight. Right, but kicking it all off is GMA Friday. So here we go then. This is the month ahead look at with Japanese and CFS V2 models. So we're going to begin with the GMA 500 mPa high W from the North Pole and Northern Hemisphere view down. So this is the North Pole of the Arctic. This is a wider Arctic circle around there. And of course we've got the mid-latitudes around here. Blue is extrapolated to below average heights, which is low pressure, yellow, orange, and red. Extrapolate to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are breakdown to week periods. The first week period will take us from the 2nd today through to the 9th of October. The coming week has above average heights sitting over the northern latitudes, quite a bit of blocking, and a mid-Atlantic ridge as well. And at the same time, there's a trough of below average heights, pretty much centred over top of the UK and Northern Europe. So it looks very unsettling the weekend. Also very cool too. Jet stream is pushed southwards. So on the cool side of the jet stream, we're in a trough of low pressure. And so, yeah, cool, wet, autumnal weather in the week ahead. That's how week 2 is looking. It takes us from the 9th to the 16th of October. So, again, we have below average heights across the west of Europe. Low pressure is through the west of Europe. Strong northern blocking, intense northern blocking from mid-Atlantic going up towards Greenland and back into the Arctic. We go on to the cool side of the jet stream. Jet stream is being pushed southwards. With that, so we're under this trough of low pressure. We're on the cool side of the jet. We're looking cool and we're looking unsettled too in the week ahead, taking us from the 9th through to the 16th of October. Weeks 3 and 4 start to show a little bit of a change. So we've got above average heights still sitting here within the northern latitude, so to north of Greenland, back into the Arctic. Also extending down into Scandinavia, and then through these western and central parts of Europe, a ridge of high pressure sort of covering much of central and also northern Europe and back into the Arctic. There's a small trough of low pressure out to our west. So it's a little bit complicated this, but we're probably starting to draw out some warmer air, I would have thought. Probably starting to bring up some milder air from the south as we go into the second half of October. Maybe turning a little bit drier too, although we do still have low pressure in the Atlantic. But generally it looks like we're shifting to slightly more of an anticyclonic signal there. So possibly becoming a little bit drier and milder into the second half of October. The exact position of any ridge would be critical though, because by the second half of October, you can start to generate some really quite cold nights. So it just depends on the exact position of the ridge and how much influence it has, what the exact wind direction is doing, you know, that kind of thing, to determine whether it's a mild ridge or whether it's a cold ridge. Let's have a look at the tropical and mid-latitude view in terms of temperature and rainfall anomalies then. So the British Isles top right-hand corner chart as you are looking at it. Reminder, we can't see the Arctic and Greenland, Scandinavia, all that sort of areas off the chart up here, but never mind, we had a look at that view down, so we know what's going on roughly. So a reminder of the week 1 500 mPa height anomaly, which is taking us from the 2nd to the 9th of October. So we've got this mid-Atlantic ridge. We can't see it on this chart, but it does extend back to extensive northern blocking up here, you know, right off the chart into the Arctic. And then we've of course got the trough of below average heights, low pressure centre right over top of the country. Jet stream being pushed southward, so we go on to the cool side of the jet, and we're looking really unsettled. The temperature anomaly for week 1 is cooler than average. You're going to have below average temperatures in the week ahead. Week 1 rainfall anomaly is wetter than average too. So above average rainfall, below average temperatures. It looks cold and wet for the first week of October. No getting away from it. That's what it is. This is how week 2 is looking, which takes us from the 9th to the 16th of October. So this one, we've got an area of above average heights, again, in the mid-Atlantic and extending back to Greenland and extending back into the Arctic to proper normal blocking. Trough of below average heights is centred over UK and Western Europe. The jet stream is getting pushed southwards, so on a cool side of the jet, and we're still in trough low pressure. It looks like this week would again be cool and unsettled. JMA is again forecasting temperature anomalies to be below average. Cooler than average temperatures coming up again in the second week, and still wetter than average too. So this is a cold and wet first half to October. There's no getting away from what signal is there. Then go through to weeks 3 and 4, which is going to be the 16th to 30th of October, with a little area below average heights just to our west, some above average heights down to our south, and also away to the east. So we might start to pull up some slightly warmer or milder southerly winds. The temperature anomaly, excuse me, looks like this, and excuse me, again. Temperature anomaly looks like this from the 16th to 30th of October, and is a little bit above average, slightly milder than average. And there is a bit of a recovery in temperature, but still unsettled. Look at that, above average rainfall. So the only difference really from the first half of October to the second half of October is that we're going from cold rain to a milder variety of rain, really. But this is a very unsettled October if the JMA is right. A cold first half of the month, and then temperatures begin to stage a little bit of a recovery later. CFSV2 looking like this. So again, these are 500 millibar heights broken down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 2nd to the 8th of October. Coming week is unsettled, below average heights in from the north of Europe, and also got above average heights pulled out to the middle of the Atlantic. We're on the cool side of the jet stream. Look at that. Trouble low pressure, cool side of the jet. Going to be very unsettled and cool in the week ahead. And no difference from week 2, which is the 9th to 15th of October. Again, deep trough low pressure over top of the country. Combining with northern blocking in the northern latitudes to send the jet stream southwards. So on the cool side of the jet, we're in a trough low pressure. We're pulling in the air from the north. It's going to be very unsettled, lots of rain, and it's going to be really cool as well. Week 3 takes us from the 16th to 22nd of October. Again, northern blocking within the northern latitudes and over into the east of Europe. Some high pressure there. This area looks rather strange. Let's get rid of that. So this area looks rather strange. Probably some sort of shallow trough of low pressure still through here, I would have thought, with the ridge just there and the ridge over there. So to me, that looks like it's probably still quite unsettled. Maybe going a little bit warmer as winds are swinging into south. And then we go through to week 4, which is going to be the 23rd to the 9th of October. Again, a ridge pulled out into the middle of the Atlantic. High pressure over here in between. Again, what's going on through here? I suspect there may still be some sort of leftover shallow trough, and possibly starting to send a jet stream southwards again a little bit as well. But it is to be determined what happens there. Quite weak signals for weeks 3 and 4. Temperature anomalies for week 1, taking us from the 2nd to the 8th of October. Cooler than average, below average temperatures coming up. Week 2, temperature only from the 9th to the 15th of October is also below average. So, yes, the first half of October is looking colder than average. Week 3 is going to be the 16th to 22nd of October. Near normal, a little bit above average for England and Wales, but near normal, I think we say with that. But a slight recovery in the temperature from the cold average, weeks 1 and 2. And then that recovery in temperature looks like it carries on, actually, into week 4, which is the 23rd, 29th of October. Just going a little bit above average. On a temperature scale, it's barely above average, really. It's making it into those sort of pale yellow type colours, which is kind of like half a degree above average, really. But a little bit less cold, perhaps, in the second half of October compared to the first half, which is quite unusual because October is typically a cooling month, of course. So it will typically be cooler at the end of October than it is at the start. But it looks like this is doing things a little bit the other way round. Rainfall anomaly, finally. So week 1 rainfall anomaly from the 2nd to the 8th of October is wetter than average. A wet week coming up. Week 2, rainfall anomaly from the 9th to the 15th of October, also slightly above average rainfall then. No real signal for week 3 to the 16th, 22nd of October, so not as wet in week 3 compared to weeks 1 and 2. And again, not really as wet for week 4 either, which is the 23rd to 29th of October. That was not as wet either. So it's an interesting one, this. Interesting October coming up, doing things a little bit different. Because as I say, October is typically a cooling month, so it will usually get colder as the month progresses. This is doing things a little bit the wrong way round, or the opposite way round, as there's no particular right or wrong for weather. But yeah, so it looks like the first half of October is cold and wet. The second half of October is turning drier, maybe not particularly dry, but turning drier in the second half of October, and a little bit less cold as well. So the mildest and driest weather could actually be later on in the month, which, as I say, is a little bit unusual, but these things do happen. Overall, this is looking like a rather cool and wet October, though, I think, and particularly so in, like, the first half of the month in particular. So quite a cold, wet October, but maybe something a little bit drier and milder for a time, anyway, later on. Right, and that's it for JMA Friday. We're going to do it all over again next week. Maybe it's just a snapshot of what Molly's showing. It could all look very, very different next week. So yeah, it's just a snapshot of what these two models are showing today. Coming up later on, I'm going to have a 10 to 14 day update. It will include all our breaking features. I'm going to be live streaming from 10 o'clock tonight, and I'll see you then for a little bit of fun, have a little bit of a laugh. That'll be after 10 o'clock tonight. But week 10 day coming up before that. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.